Welcome to the Mayhem News live wrestling broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, a.k.a. T-Mib Lives. And each week, we are here to talk about wrestling headlines and cover everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and always keep up with our show and wrestling news. Hi, it's the Man in Black, a.k.a. T-Mib Lives, and this is a special report. We're going to talk about the new WWE Network. So this will be a Mayhem News Live special report, just kind of giving you, in case you missed the YouTube and don't feel like sitting down and watching over it. We pretty much got some info, just kind of give you some stuff and some thoughts about what we think is good, and so far it's pretty much all win-win as far as I'm concerned. Basically, if you're going to ask yourself, what is the WWE Network? The network is a 24/7 streaming service with both scheduled programming and on-demand library. WWE Network will include all 12 now, and I want you to repeat that. That is all 12, including WrestleMania pay-per-views. This is something where you've been sending over $600 if you've been buying every pay-per-view, and I'm really sorry for that, but if you've been buying you're going to save a little over $500 by buying this. Basically, you're going to get all 12, and it'll start, this will be including in WrestleMania 30, groundbreaking original series, reality shows, documentaries, and the most comprehensive on-demand library that they've ever seen. We're talking WWE, WCW, ECW, classic, uncut matches, uncensored. We're talking what everybody's been talking about, the Attitude Era. Well, now you're going to get to watch the Attitude Era. They're going to be freed up to do a lot of things that they could not do with the regular shows. Plus they're going to do some additional programming, including a daily live show, a studio show coming this summer, and some video on demand that will be added to regularly. This is going to be awesome if you're a wrestling fan, and for the people who report on wrestling like myself, this is like almost like the Holy Grail, because now you don't have to worry, well, I've got to buy all these pay-per-views. Now I can watch the pay-per-views. I can give them, proper critique and tell them, hey, this was good, this was bad. And the prescription's only going to cost $9.99, people. That's $10 a month. I mean, that's $120 a year. That is cheap. And you have to sign up for 6 months at a time. So either you're going to have to pay for the price now. This was said on Twitter. For the price of WWE 30 pay-per-view, you can get 6 months worth of WWE. Okay? So you're going to look at spending $60 twice a year to basically watch every pay-per-view that WWE has, plus all that stuff that they have on tape, all those matches that you said, I wouldn't mind watching the Junkyard Dog, or I wouldn't mind watching Ric Flair take on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Well, it's right there. You just look it up. You can basically, and the thing is we talked about this, there was a lot of people saying, well, I hope they go through the cable companies. I hope they do this, I hope they do that. Well, the idea behind this, them going digital, which means that you can watch it on your iPhone, your Android device, your tablet, your iPad, your Xbox, your, anything that you can watch digital media on, you can pretty much get it. That means you don't have to stay at home and watch it. If you truly wanted to, you could watch it through the app too. Now the app is actually making sense. You can actually watch this programming, and everybody's wondering, well, are they going to take the shows away from the networks? No, they're going to continue to show those shows. But the minute Raw goes off the air, if you do not have a DVR, you'll be able to go to the app or wherever you watch the network and watch that show in its entirety. So that's a good thing. This is a good thing. You can start You can start buying it on February 24th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay? When will the network be available? Live programming on the network will be available Monday, February 24th at 11:06 p.m. Eastern Time. Why they waited 6 minutes after 11? I guess it takes that long to hit the button, I guess. Live post-show immediately following Monday Night Raw. Video on demand program will be available at that morning. So, but the actual programming stuff, they'll have a post show afterwards. Basically, what devices will they be available on? You'll be able to do desktops, laptops, WWE.com. WWE Network will also be available through the WWE app, Amazon's Kindle Fire, Android devices such as Samsung Galaxy, iOS devices such as Apple iPod, iPad, iPhones, Roxy streaming devices, Sony PlayStation 3, Sony PlayStation 4, and the Xbox 360. It will be available on additional.
It ain't gonna be on the 4, not for a year.
Well, that's what they're just saying here. It won't be on the Xbox One. Let's see, Sony PlayStation 4 and Xbox 360. Available additional devices will include the Xbox One and select smart TVs following this summer. For more information, you can just check out WWE.com devices. I have a feeling the reason why it's going to be available on PlayStation and not the Xbox One is because maybe they got a deal with Sony. I'm pretty sure they do. Or it may take them that long to get the app where it's ready for the Xbox One. And you can also access it through, there'll be an app that you have that you use to watch pay-per-views. Now you can actually watch the network on your Xbox when it starts up. What content will the WWE Network feature? Oh, man. It's almost too much to talk about. We're talking streaming services, both scheduled programming, on-demand library. Can't talk there for a minute. On-demand library, excuse me. Like I said before, the 12 pay-per-views, all the ECW, WCW, Raw and SmackDown, all the stuff that you have to go to. Now you have to go to the web page to look at. Next, you'll actually have Next on your TV. So a lot of people that don't watch Next now because you have to watch it on computer. If you have an Xbox, you can actually, and if you have a device, you can actually, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but if you've got an Android device and you've got an Xbox, you can actually share the screen with your TV if you have a right TV. And it doesn't have to be a smart TV because I don't have a smart TV, but I can do it on mine. So check into that. WrestleMania will be included. There was once talk. They were actually talking at one time that WrestleMania you would actually buy, but apparently it's going to be part of that. Let's see. And just for those people who don't plan on getting the network and are worried about seeing the pay-per-views, those pay-per-views will be available outside the app and outside the network. You will be able to see them through your cable company as usual. Let's see. There will also be classic WWE, WCW, and WWE content, uncut, uncensored. Pretty much this basically is going to allow them to pretty much not worry about the PG stuff. And I have a feeling that Raw, SmackDown, and stuff like that will still continue to be PG because they're still showing it on the networks. Let's see. It will be in HD. From what I understand, it will be 720 to start. I think 720, which is pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. And for people who don't know this, if you've got a 1080 TV, which is true HD, or a 1080p, excuse me, which is true HD, and you have a HD service through your cable company, it's still in 1080i. It is impossible to broadcast true HD. What, hot? Oh, yeah, you'll be able to see it in HD. Yeah, and the next thing we're going to talk about, it says, will it be available in Spanish? Live pay-per-views will be available in Spanish. All the programming will be presented in English. There will be closed captioning. Seth says hello, by the way. Seth is watching SpongeBob, so you will hear him occasionally. Let's see. It will not be available through your cable network, so you're going to have some kind of device to watch it on, which I kind of like better anyway, because if I'm going to pay something, basically this will be like a WWE Netflix, except they're going to have live programming on it. So, let's see. There will be stuff on demand, and you will be able to, all network or anything that's on the networks or anything that's done for WWE will be available right after it airs on the network. So, and then you're going to have, let's see, it says more than 1,500 hours of on-demand content, including all WWE, WCW, ECW pay-per-views. New on-demand content will be added regularly. It will be that it will be available internationally, but it'll be probably 2015 or near the end of 2014. The good for people in the UK, they already get kind of a deal like this anyway. And some places they actually get a multitude of most of the pay-per-views for free. I think there's like 4 or 5 that you have to pay for in Europe. So they've already getting some kind of deal like this, but it'll be available in the United States first, and then sometime at the end of 2014 or the first of 2015, it will be available internationally. Let's talk about parental controls. There will be available to block content that is rated TV-14 or TVMA, and for all on-demand content only. Viewer discretion for the live stuff will have to be responsible for the parent. But basically, you can email them and talk to them about how you can get it or what's going to be when certain devices are going to be available. I'm excited. You'll be able to watch all the pay-per-views now. You'll be able to get all the stuff that was on WWE Demand, which was kind of sketchy because they could only show so much a month. Now, all of it, you'll be able to browse through all of it and find it. This is, if you're a wrestling fan, you're not excited about the WWE Network, I really worry about you. I truly do. But it's going to be interesting, the fact that you can actually, damn, I'm going to miss that pay-per-view. Nope. You can watch it on the phone. So, I really think that this is really going to be big. It's really going to be exciting. This proves that, Vince McMahon and the people that work for him are geniuses, You picture, they said on the intro, huh? Yeah. Except for the storyline writers, but the people that are actually making the business decisions are very wise. They said that there were 65 million people in the United States that actually watch wrestling, watch WWE programming. Now you picture 65 million. Yeah, just kind of let that sink in a minute. $10 a month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's $120 a year per person. And, well, we're not even going to try to calculate it because it's a lot of money. Even if only half, he's got what he made in pay-per-views plus more. So, I think Vince McMahon and them made a good decision. I'm glad that they actually went ahead with it and, didn't keep dragging us on. They went ahead and decided, hey, it's time to do this. So, I'll tell you the show that I'm looking forward to. One of the new shows that they were talking about is the one where Roddy Piper and all the legends, or the Legend House. Now I want you to picture this: Roddy Piper, people like Ric Flair, Jimmy Hart, and just to name a few, all in the same house, forced to live there. Yeah, I can see Jimmy, if it's Jimmy Hart's time to do the cooking, I can see him walking through the house with the bullhorn, waking everybody up. It's time to eat, you guys. And then I could picture I can picture some of them trying to kill him too. So that's going to be interesting. I'm interested. I know they're supposed to do a documentary on Steven Regal. I'm interested in seeing that. So, and you got to think about the roster too. You know, this is an opening up for the roster. I mean, they have their own, WWE has their own studio, so they could put out, you know, movies that had nothing to do with, you know, I mean, they could literally put out what they wanted to. You know, WWE Network could actually put out made-for-network movies, you know, without having to go through putting it out on the big screen. You know, they could actually just get their money from putting it on the network. So, exciting, people. Big, exciting news. If I get anything else, if I hear any more news about it, pretty much it's going to start February 24th. The actual network live stuff will go on at 11 o'clock Eastern time after Raw. As soon as Raw goes on, they'll have a post-show start on the network, and then the actual on-demand stuff will start, I think, at 11 o'clock that morning. You can, or 9 o'clock that morning, you can actually get the stuff and actually start watching on-demand stuff until Raw comes on. So for all those people that, you know, kind of those days that wrestling don't come on, you can have wrestling every day. You know, just some of the old stuff, you know, and and there's some wrestlers that are not with WWE right now. Now is a good time to jump ship. I'm not going to mention any names. Sting, excuse me. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm sorry. Fan come out first. I had to say something about Sting. So, but I appreciate everybody watching. That's been our special report. Mayhem News Live is always trying to bring you the most information. I appreciate some of the folks that kind of gave us a shout out, and but we're gonna get out of here and let you get back to your business. Talk to you later.